kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Second, cuts to his corner, takes the shot, he scores!
Starting lineups. For the Upstate Clair Panthers, number 2, Ryan Hyatt. Number 4, Yushawn Jing. Number 9, Leo Goodworth. Number 10, Aiden Shaw. Number 17, Everett Jan. Number 26, Aiden Chambers. And number 34, Matthew O'Connor. Panthers are coached by head coach Jack Zebo, assisted by Alexander Terry and Stacy Chambers. And now for your Indians of Peters Township, number 8, senior outside hitter Lucas Einen. Number 11, junior setter Alex Klein. Number 16, freshman libero Ben Einen. Number 19, senior opposite Ben Doomer. Number 23, junior outside hitter Andrew Klein. Number 24, sophomore middle blocker John Westlow. Number 34, sophomore opposite Tyler Lingus. Indians are coached by head coach Jordan Ray, assisted by Maggie Syverson and Tanush Delakil. Enjoy the match.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Joe Spagel, PTCT 7. Volleyball game here between Peters Township Indians versus Upper St. Clair. Both teams in white. There's ours for Peters Township in red, and for USC in black. Expected to be a good one right there today, Peters Township. Off school today due to the power outage, but we got power right here as the lights are on. And Peters Township getting ready to get in the huddle. So teams get ready. Starting line for Peters Township is number 23, Andrew Klein, with his brother, number 11, Alex Klein. We got 34, Tyler Lingus, the sophomore. Number 8, Lucas Einen, the senior. Along with the 24, John Bless, the sophomore. He's going to switch out for the 16, Ben Einen, freshman libero, and also supported by the number 19, Ben Doomer, the senior. Number 17 USC going to start, the libero. Small floater right there, and tipped up by Ben Einen right there on the top side. Lucas Einen just the tap over right there, but denied by the number 10 of Upper St. Clair. As he gets that early spike right there, USC going to get the first point of the night, 1-0 in the first set. So the 17 going to continue right there, digged up. 19 Doomer, Klein right there, sets up his brother on the spike over, and can't get blocked up right there with the combined efforts of the 4 and 10. So all tied up right there. Good response by Peters Township, and Tyler Lingus back to serve. Lingus right there on the top side is going to get digged up right there and onto the middle right there. Going to get blocked up and off the side of the hands of Klein and Einen. So follows down and just back and forth action right there as both sides make some substitution. Lingus going off for Zach Myers. And off the tip right there. So net violation right there, and Peters Township going to get the point off the unforced error. Small smack right there by Klein, and set up and on the side right there. And then 4 and a hard shot hit, but too hard hit as it's going to go out, and Pierce Township going to reclaim the lead. And back to serve is 23, Andrew Klein. Right there and digged up. Number 1 going to get chased right there, and 30 just going to need to save it up. And a bit of chaotic situation right there, but settled down by Klein. Is going to iron it right there, but too far to hit on the far side and right to the bench. And that's just one they need to hit, but early on in the game and in the set. So the impact will be minimal right there. It's number 4. It's going to go back. The floater right there and tapped up by Einen. Right there. Doomer out class and over the tip of the hands of the 10 to the 30 right there. Falls down. Pierce Township 4-3. And both sides neck and neck. With a spinner right there, digged up, and number 1 to save right there, but the save touched the ground actually. So, or say legal hit right there. And that's an ACE, ace, as the bench calls it out right there. Pierce Township 5, DUSC's 3. Einen still going, hard hitter right there, digged up by the 17. Right to the 1, the 25, the cross right there. And Einen right there to save it. To the 11, on to 19, Doomer right there, and spiked down. And the 30 can't get a block, frustration right there. And Pierce Township 6-3 as they're on quite the run right here. Getting a good bit of separation in the scoreboard. And Einen trying to continue his hot streak right here. He's whistled on in. Right there onto the back row, it hit to behind and high up in the air, 30, so Pierce Township easily get ready for it as they're trying to just push it on over right there, and good spike right there, or good stab at it by Libero, or 4 right there, and can't get high enough right there, so USC going to get a point, and so they go 6-4, down by 2, and number 10 going back. So USC trying to battle on back. On the side right there, high up in the air, and it's going to go out right there. They say went off the number 30 hand, as typically those long ones do. And Pierce Township getting their lead back of 3 points, and double ones. Alex Klein on to serve. Breathing X is in, stopped by the 4, digged on up 1. It's a chaotic situation right there, and taking to Doomer's heads up play out, reached it on over, and just spiking that down, and USC just couldn't handle it. Pierce Township 8 to USC's 4. All right, on the setup and the serve right there, and jumped right there on the 1 right there, just tapped on over, joust in front, Lingus. Saves it up top and 1. All right, yet again, 26 just spacks on over right there for Klein and onto his brother. Needs to get on over. Doomer can get it on over, and just the one-hand stab not enough, as he couldn't really get a good position right there to hit it, hit it from his back. So USC going to get a point right there on the forced error by Pierce Township. It's Matt O'Connor back to serve. Setter whistle down in, gets it, bounces in. Gets his floater right there, push on up, fine. Right there to Lingus on the back foot, and it's going to be called a point for USC as they cut the lead to 2. Floater right there, and not high enough. So Pierce Township 9, USC 6. As they get the point off the serve. It's a 19 Doomer, the senior. The outside hitter. Gets a spinner right there, and onto the back row, here to the 34. And on the spike right there, and can't get the block right there. This is 23 and 24, Andrew Klein and John Westlow, the sophomore and the junior. Pierce Township still within the lead right there, but USC clawing their way on back as it's going to be the 26 on his way back to serve. Aiden Chambers, the outside hitter. Spinner right there, and not high enough yet again. USC having trouble with the spinners on the serves. And so Libero, number 16, Ben Einen, freshman right there. Going to go with the serve. He gets his bounces in and gets a small little floater right there. And off the back foot is the 34 up top in front and denied by Lucas Einen. And it's going to hit the ground. And what a point by Pierce Township. And his bench lets him know. Just met him halfway right there on the hit. And USC just couldn't respond to that one. Heads up play right there by Lucas Einen. And it's going to be Ben Einen trying to get serve right there and digged up by USC, and then you get on over. They do. There for Klein, sets it up. Einen, oh, whist on it right there, but Andrew right there to save it. And I think there's, say, 4 hits right there. So, save to no avail right there. I think Andrew, they've gotten the 4th hit right there. And Libero 17 going back. East Township, so with a comfortable lead right there. Up top, we're Andrew. And up top, right there, number 8 right there on the cross right there, hits the 16. And off the tip, Pierce Township going up 12-8. And he gets right there, 26, the 34. On the 2 on the cross right there, denied by Einen yet again. Another net point for Pierce Township. And he gets right there, digged up, top to the 34, up in front, right there, tries to get the cross right there, and blocked it again by Einen. Einen yet again, did go in? No, just a bit out. Oh, Einen was had almost great 3 points in a way, and just a bit too much out, so point for USC as they go down. Still down by 4, but on the way to battle back is the 17 Everett Jans on the outside hitter. Or Libero, rather. Or it's actually going to be picked up by the number 1. So right there, right to Einen on the back foot, up to Klein, to his brother right there, and tipped up. Can they dig it on up? No. Great play by Andrew Klein right there, just puts it on up, and right in the donut hole. Just a perfect sweet spot where can't get that digged up just a bit too far out in front of the 17. And he's going back to serve. So see what he can do. On to the back, and number 1 on the side of the 30 right there, and off the hands of number 11, Andrew Klein, or Alex Klein, sorry. And USC going down by 4, but they haven't made any too drastic changes in this lead as Pierce Township is trying to coast to this first set win. 4 right there up top. Looked by Klein right there, and off the spike right there, but denied is Einen, and Doomer trying to put it on over, but too hard hit right there. So just a rookie mistake right there on the hard hit. USC is going to encroach that lead to only 3 points right there, getting closer and closer. So the 4 is going to go back. Outside hitter right there, Klein. Onto his brother, Alex Klein, Einen right there yet again, but too far on the far side. And yet again, Pierce Township just having trouble locating these spikes right there. Is probably a few points right there that I can count on my hand of it going either outside or the too far out, I guess. Fine right there, 19 Doomer, and too hard in the air, so but it's going to be set up right there and slowed down by USC, and Klein tries to get a stab on it, but just puts it too far behind him. Miscommunication right there, and there is going to be timeout. So close in this game right there, USC battling on backs, and it's going to be Coach Jordan Ray calling the timeout for Pierce Township. They're up by 4, and I think he's seen enough with this to try to get a break, as they have too many of these just careless errors that they got. Many of them just unforced errors right there. They can't just properly handle their shots, so you need to work on the shot accuracy and on the sets. So we have 30 seconds right here. Pierce Township up by 1 with 14 points. The first set. And this rivalry matchup between Upper St. Clair and Pierce Township. It's going to be Einen, Doomer, 16, Ben Einen. 23 and 23, Andrew Klein. Number 11, Alex Klein. Number 4, Myers. And on to the number 4 for USC side. Going to get a chance. He's going to float this one up. And too hard to air out right there. Ref had a shuffle on the way back right there. So just try to point it to this bottom right corner here on our screen, but can't hit it right there, so another serving error. And it's going to be Einen, the hard hitter right there. Get the spin right there, but not high enough right there. As although he's a hard hitter right there, that particular time couldn't get the hard hit. Point for Westlow in the game. Einen's going to take a rest right there, and digged up by his brother Ben Einen. Klein right there, Westlow right there, and all the way to the stands, as there's no chance of saving that one. So Pierce Township coming off the timeout, going pretty decently, I'd say so. As Lingus is going to enter the game for number 4, Myers. From the captain, Alex Klein, right there. Gets his bouncing in, gets his breathing in. Some breath of fresh air, and gets a serve in. The float right there, and up top in the front row, the 1 right there, the 9 right there, digged up by Klein as it gets on over. Might have been out, but played by the USC nonetheless right there. Klein with another save right there, can they get the kill? And it's going to go out yet again, so forced save right there, Pierce Township. Pierce Township gets the lead back to 3, and it's going to be still Alex Klein. And Klein doing a change of ball right there. Alright, gets his bounces, gets his breathing exercises, gets his serve in. And off the net right there, but goes over. The 1 right there, 26 right there, and blocked right there. It's going to go out, and it will. So they got the block up, but it actually didn't go on the side that they were blocking on, the far opposite side. But nonetheless, USC gets the point right there. It's a good break by them. And good comments by USC for calling that out. But I don't think they could play it nonetheless. As 34 is going on his way back. Get the serve. Still down by 2 as we reach around the halfway point of this first set. Floater right there. Klein has it, and to his brother. And right there is the 19 Doomer, and yet again, and it was actually he's going to go inside. So USC called it out, but ended up staying in. And so go to the point for Pierce Township as they get the lead back to 3. And Doomer, the senior, on his way back to serve. With the spinner right there, and off the net, digged up by the 17 right there, and he's getting over, just a small tap over. Klein want to slow things down right there to his brother right there, and splits the defenders. 17 and 4 could only look at it right there. Pierce Township just creeping ever closer right there to the set win. The huge set win in this rivalry matchup versus Clair. And Doomer yet again going to go ahead and serve this one. So get the spinner right here, and hits the net yet again, digged up right there, and Einen quick to shuffle right there, to Klein right there, can they get it on right over, and up front with 34, number 2, and they get a tap it on over, it's gonna hit the antenna. If it didn't hit the antenna, it would have been out, so I think there was enough of it, but very close. And timeout right there for St. Clair, so both sides using a timeout right there. USC seeing it slipping away from them, as Pierce Township only 5 points away from this set win, and USC 10 points away from the set win. So they got the work cut out for them. But see what USC can come out of this timeout. Pierce Township worked for them, so we'll see what Upper St. Clair can do. And come out this timeout firing, so Pierce Township still needs to hit their marks right there. But USC, I think it's more of a just making too many careless mistakes right there. All right, the 19 Doomer, he's on a hot streak. Let's see if he can continue it. Right there, doesn't hit the net this time, right there. 34, right there, number 2 on the cross right there, and Einen do fast as a handle for him. So USC going with that timeout, the big shot right there. So down by 4, but they have the momentum coming out of it. There's the 26 going on the way back, and see what he can start serving. Right there. Number 11 on top, the 23 right there. They just right there, and the 34 just too far for him to take it. As I think he may thought the 4 was actually going to grab it, but miscommunication right there, or just too right in the donut hole. But nonetheless, Pierce Township going to try to break that momentum right there. 21 to 16 right here, 4 points away. As USC tries to respond right there, and played by number 10 Doomer, and Klein going to call it off right there as he goes to the back row. 34 going to set it on up for the spike incoming, but too hard hit. And I think they'll say hit the net right there. And should have frustrated right there for Pierce Township. So what do in their point ends up becoming Upper St. Clair's point. Mistake you can't see it happen. Pretty clean game right there, so we haven't seen too many points like that of just crossing the line or hitting the net. Right there, Doomer sets up for Klein. Einen right there, hard hit right there, can't get digged up. Good kill by Pierce Township, just 3 points away. And the bench lets him know it. Kyler Lingus on the way back. Right there, the 34, number 10, and on the joust in front, but settle right there for Pierce Township as Klein just going to put it on over right there. And the 2's right there, 34, the 10 right there, denied by Einen yet again. Picked up by the 4, the 34 at top right there, and spiked in the under 10. So USC responded with a spike of their own, but Pierce Township is 2 points away. And Lingus is going to sit. Myers going to stand up. Chip Klein tries to get his boys ready. So 2 points away from taking this first set. One right there. And Klein. All right, so Einen right there. Can see what he can do. High up in the air. Can he save it? No, right to the stands. 1 point away, and they get the serve. All right, set point number 1. Klein taking a seat. Go for Panzarella right here. The 13, lucky number. Trying to end it right here for USC's hoping to win this first set. The 1 to the 10 right there, the spike up. 69 right there to his brother as they get it on over. Here we go again. Can't get high enough right there. Pierce Township 25, USC 18. The bench lets them know. So Pierce Township gonna take that first set win, a crucial set, as they go into the second set right there. As good timeouts called right there, as it looked like to be USC creeping back, ended up shutting the door on them, and they just ran away with it. So good set right there for Pierce Township. 2 more sets to win. USC got their work cut out for them. Just go on PTCT 7. See you after this 3-minute break. All right, here we go back. Pierce Township going off that first set win, 1-0 right there, but USC isn't out of it. They're a good team. They can battle them back right here. So you had 0-0 in the second set right there, and Joss in front, and Einen, just a point machine today as he gets up 1-0. 16 right there, up top, digged up. 34, right there on the cross right there, and I'm trying to spike it on down, but can't dig up right there as it goes to the legs of number 11, Alex Klein, well tied about 1-1. Right there, Klein sets another dig right there, but can't get high enough right there. USC having trouble with those digs up front right there. It's Pierce Township 2, USC 1. Good tap over right there by Andrew Klein. Sophomore Lingus right there, hop in the air. He's going to smack it on over, 17. 34, number 2, smacks it up top and reaches to the Pierce Township bench. And 3-1, Pierce Township. As Pierce Township is going to assess an injury for Lucas Einen. Doesn't look too bad right there. So some mild discomfort right there. And so take some time out right there to get some extra time for some preparation and some rest right there. As you're gonna try to talk this over right there, and the Newards having to do going a man down right there. They should be all right, so doesn't seem too bad right there. But Pierce Township 3-1 right there, trying to continue the success rate into the second set. They go up 2 sets to nothing. Practically at the finish line right there, but USC can make this a new game right there, coming back. But good stuff for Pierce Township right there. Too early to call it, of course, and too close to call. Pierce Township getting ready. Going with the 23, Andrew Klein, number 11, Alex Klein, number 34, Lingus. All right, Lucas Einen back, got some taped up right there, and he's good to go. As got 19, Ben Doomer, and then in the 16, Ben Einen. And Lingus back to serve. Going to wait to whistle on in, and he does. Gets that floater right there, and digged up right there in front of the 34 right there. Spiking coming right side, and we call. Pierce Township thought it went out right there, but it stayed just inside. I think it was a good call right there. And the stab right there by the 34 Lingus. Not good enough. $17 right there, 23. Onto 11 right there, number 8 in the side shot right there, and he gets another point right there. That timeout sure was worth it right there as they go 4-2. Einen, that's he's not missed the scoreboard yet again, and oh, off the head. Oh, Klein apologizes right there. So it's just getting attacked in the top and the bottom right there. He got his first his foot and then now his head. As USC is going to make some changes right there. Number 1 going to go back to serve right there. Pierce Township up by 1. Pierce Township 4 to USC's 3. Pierce Township upsets 1-0 right there. Floater right there, right to Einen. Goes down, dig it on up. Einen yet again, and right at the foot. And Pierce Township point. No, he's going to switch it right there. Say, little hit right there. Maybe a carry. So that points a race for Pierce Township. Still up by 2. And Klein right there sets it up. 19 Duma right there. High in the air yet again, but he responds right there when they thought he got it over. But too hard it yet again. Pierce Township goes up by 1. I didn't see the scoreboard update earlier, so it was 5-3, but after that point was erased. 4-4, and now Pierce Township got that earlier point up 5-4. As Einen with the serve right there, up 1, number 10 right there, right to Klein, takes in the face right there. Einen gonna slow it on down right there and get it on over. Number 1, all right, Justin coming in the front right there, and just the dig up right there for Andrew Klein to no avail. As you see, ties it all up. So USC taking advantage of those points, of those changed calls right there. The mixed calls, I should say. Floater right there, right to Einen. Hop in the air though, right there, but it gets too hard hit. And can save it. But that'll be 4 hits right there. And USC gets the point right there. So Klein just tried to save right there in a bit of a chaotic situation right there, but tapped on over by the USC front side. And right there, just unable to slow it on down. And USC gets their first lead in quite some time. Einen trying to look to bring the back right there. It's 24 less low right there. USC trying to save right there. So they just tap it on over. Klein to his brother right there for Einen. Smacked on over right there. And hits him right in the head. So looks to be okay. So he just pulled on right over and goes out of bounds. But doesn't matter for Pierce Township as USC hit it last. And 6-6. Here we go. All tied back up. Alex Klein, the number 11. The captain, he's only a junior. The floater right there, hits the net, digged up right there. Then 1, slow him down, right there, cross in front, right there. And the 19 and the 24, but can't get a good hit on it right there. Can't get a good block on it, I should say. And still down by 1. 10 right there, right to Einen. Number 11 on the cross right there. And blocked right there with the 9-26 as this high files all around for this whole team right there. What a block right there by USC. Just denied any chance of getting on over. So USC building some momentum right there. Up by 2. quite the big lead of their night. And 2 high right there, so an unforced error on the serve. And USC 8 to Pierce Township 7, and Doomer back to serve. But good toss right there by the 15, Zach Moore. Doomer, 2 high right there, would have been out anyways, I think. And USC gonna get a break right there. As Pierce Township can't build on that good opportunity right there to tie back the game up. And some substitutions made. .34 right there, the floater right there, right to Einen. Decline right there to his brother Andrew, and splits the defenders yet again. The 4 and the 17. We don't even look at each other. Pierce Township down within 1, and they get the serve. Good chance to tie it back up. And so Libero, the freshman, 16, Einen on his way back. It's a small floater right there. 34 right there, number 2. Tries to get the cross right there, denied by Pierce Township. And Einen lets it know. As we all tied up at 9 apiece. And then Einen still to serve. Pierce Township trying to take back that lead. .34 right there, and the cross number 2, and tipped up right there, needs to get over, and it does. .34, and right there, and the spike up. Oh, good save right there. Could just get too hard hit on this back foot right there. Slowed right down to 19 Doomer. Klein gets on over right there, digged on up, but slow enough for number 2 to grab it eventually, and off the cross, and they touched it. No, he did not. So it went over the blockers, a good thing as it went out. Einen right there, 34, smacks it on up, right there, right in that, but too hard hit for 19. They dig it on up as it just pushed on down. And we're all tied up at 10 apiece. So both sides neck and neck so far. Even the side that pulls away, eventually they're clawed on back by the other team. So we saw Pierce Township with an early lead, and we saw USC with an early lead, but we're still tied at the end of these 20 points right here. And just too many hits right there. 4 hits, 11 for Pierce Township, 10 for USC. As the unforced error is going to get them another point. Lingus with the serve right there. Right, 2 digged up by the 26, 34. Going to get on the side from the 4 right there. The spike, too hard hit. They see with the defenders, the 19 and the 16, Doomer and Einen. So 11-11, lucky number. Myers coming in, Lingus sitting down. Thank you, Zach, for being the ball boy there. Whistled on in. And not high enough right there. So both sides making some unforced errors right there, back to back. As Pierce Township goes 12 to USC's 11. At least that last point for USC was an enforced error, but in this last few points there have been some sort of error. 54, right there, the 4, and 34 to the 4 connection doesn't not work right there, as just didn't have the angle right there. And Pierce Township going to get a good insurance point right there, as Panzarella is going to go back to serve, up by 2. There for the 17, the 12 right there on the cross right, the 2, and they would say touch the net, or some sort of net violation right there if he crossed it. But Pierce Township going to get another point on the unforced error, so 14-11. Maybe USC makes an early timeout and try to slow down this Pierce Township momentum and trying to get a reset right there for USC. But that's a good start right there, as Panzarella just can't get a high enough shot right there. And they're still down by 2. top on the top side, and number 11 right there on the 19. The cross right there, but denied by the 30 and 10. But I think it got over right there, so not denied yet enough. And 15 to 12, seeing that Pierce Township celebration right there. 16 to 12 right there, and oh, they thought it was out, but they left it, and actually landed on in. So 16-12, ACE, ace right there for Pierce Township. And timeout for USC, there we go. We were expecting it up here to have an early timeout for Pierce Township, for USC, sorry. And both do, as both have one timeout left. Pierce Township taking their first timeout for the injury, but Pierce Township up by 4, 16 to 12, as we reach the halfway point through this set. USC trying to come out of it, trying to stop Pierce Township momentum. They tried this last set right there, but Pierce Township was easily quickly to rally and win that set. So, see what they say. A lot of points have been given up due to just doing mistakes right there, so just make sure your communication's well and just hitting your marks. Both sides are going to chant themselves out. The 11 Klein, the 24 Westlow, number 23 Andrew Klein, number 19 Ben Doomer, number 4 Zach Myers, number 8 Luke Seinen. Pretty good squad if I do say so myself. Has Einen. You get the spin serve right there, hard hit right there, dived up right there for USC. USC trying to get the cross right there. Softy hit right there for Klein, but too hard hit right there. And on the Johnson front, great denial by Andrew Klein. Slow it down right there, but they get on over. He did up by Einen right there, and just too hard hit on the back foot right there is played by USC. USC gets the cross right there for Klein. On the small right there, just in front, and oh, hits the, and Pierce say it is going to be for some discussion. Pierce Township is going to continue with the point right there. He did roll off his back right there, but not an official hit. Lots of power, but too hard right there, so Pierce Township starting out that time went pretty good right there, even though it was a USC timeout, as they had a lead up by 5 right there, but off that unforced error on the serve, going to get cut down to 4 points, but they're only 8 points away from winning the set to USC's 12 points away. Right there, Einen yet again, or Doomer, sorry, but Doomer did too far on the near side. USC gets some points off some unforced errors yet again. Move these back to back. Number 4, it's a floater right there. Number 11, 24 right there, denied up front of the wall, and both sides in the joust up front. I think USC got a last hand on it. Ref calls it for USC's point right there, and they'll just give it to them. So what we thought was Pierce Township actually coming off the last time out, building something. Just a UFC responding and actually having all the momentum right here. Just in front right there, yet again denied. Floater right there, hopping over 23, and on cross stop right there, and just can't get high enough right there. It's a missed time. So Pierce Township still with the lead and get a good insurance point. As Myers goes out, and then gets in, Alex Klein to the back. Ball floater right there, not high enough. USC down by 1 because they tied up, high up in the air. Decline right there. Lingus pushes it on over, and it's a double hit right there. 4 hits rather. That is. as USC ties it back up, 18 all. So they have the serve. Can they take the lead? Both 7 points away. USC on a 4-1 run right there. Was 5-1 run right there with 16 Benin on his back. Going to 1, and they push it on over right there. Klein filled the donut. His 19 Doomer pushed it on over right there, digged up on the 4 for 1. All right, incoming. So it just takes a stab in front, and it's going to go out right there, and good comms right there. As Einen almost played it, but the last second just jumped out. And good call right there with the 23 Andrew Klein. As you could hear his voice from a mile away. Pierce Township's going to regain that lead. Spinner right there, digged up, number 1 right there, 30 right there, Lingus. Back, shuffling back is Klein to Klein yet again, and right inside yet again. He sure loves that sweet spot between the 4 and 17. It's probably like his 3rd time in this game he split the defenders, and 2nd time this set. They only have 5 points away from taking the 2nd set and being in the driver's seat. USC can easily tie it up though. They're only down by 7. And Doomer, you see it a lot from him where he likes a perfect serve right there. So, no serve right again, so see what he can do his 2nd time around. Spinner right there, 2 hard hits. Adjustments made, the 12 going all the way back. 12 right there. And unforced error on the serve. It's up to only 4 points away. USC down by 2. That was a good chance for them to tie back up, but can't do it there. If they get the kill right here, then they'll have an even better chance. Can USC make a one last dash and steal it? And Pierce Township just breathe a sigh of relief coming into this 3rd set. The 12 right there, number 2 on the cross right there for a good stab by Klein. Needs to get on over and just pushed on it over by Doomer. The 12 right there, cross right there for 26. On the back foot, Einen. Lingus going to make his way to him. And good dig right there by USC. USC is going to push on over. Einen sets it on up. Klein right there. Einen yet again is pushed on over. And they say just a bit outside. Wow, that's probably centimeters. Probably barely stick a ruler between the space between the line and the ball, but USC going to get the kill. They're down by 1. Can they tie it up on the serve? The spinner here, right there. Klein to Klein. To Doomer right there, 2 hard hit, and we're all tied at 21. Both teams 4 points away from taking this 2nd set. We're trying to win the 1st set pretty handily, 1-0, but this one just a bit closer, if I say. Just to go on PTCT 7. Here we go. 2 hard hit right there. Pierce Township back for the lead. 3 points away. Every point that goes to Pierce Township is a chance that dwindles. But every point that USC gets is a point for them to win. The 12 right there on the cross right there. Hard hit right there. And he's going to get hyped up right there. We're all tied at 20-22. Lots of kills right here and lots of errors. The 17 to the back. 3 points away from both sides. Remember, it is win by 2. Floater right here. Easily played by Doomer. Klein on the right side. Blocked right there. Those things going to get a hand on it. They say he does. So Pierce Township 23 to USC 22. USC needs 2 more points to extend their lifespan. Thanks to the win by 2 roll. Klein going to take a seat. Panzarella in, the 13. He's a junior. Floater right there. Digged up the 17, number 12 right there on the cross. The 4. Digged up right there, number 11. Number 11 right there on the cross. And right there, digged on up. And 2 hard hit. And Pierce Township going to pull him right there. So they break the exchange of points right there. 24-22. Both sides just trading points right there. Better word for it, but here's time to break that. 24-22. Set point number 1. Here we go. Digged right there. Up front the number 12. Can they hit the spike off? Right there. Myers right there. To Einen. Right there. Doomer, sorry. All right. The 12 right there. Slowed it on down. 2. Right there. Einen. We put it on up. Can they spike up? Stabbed by the 13 Panzarella. Not enough. But USC not out of it. Need one more point, and they can breathe a little longer. Just one more point for Pierce Township. They can slam the door. And they get a breathe for a good hefty breath right there. Set point number 2. The number 1 to serve gets the floater right there. Right there. Doomer just set on up. Einen closed the sets. Einen going to put the sets up 2-0 right there. 25-23. Heartbreaker for heartbreaker for USC. A heartmaker for Pierce Township. I think up 2 sets 2-0 right there. 3 minutes to go. I'm just got PTCT7. I'm alone in the booth. Other guy, Jax Kowski, is down there on the bench captain right there. I'll see you into this third set on PTCT7 in a moment. All right, back into this one. Third set is a go. Pierce Township sets 2-0. Pretty handily in that first set right there. On to the second set, up 25-23 right there. And a good win right there. So they go sets 2-0 right there. One more set to win. USC, we need to come back with a lifetime right here. Pierce Township, going to win a pretty dominant lead versus St. Clair right here. 34 up top right there, digged up the 16-11. Right there on the cross right there, the 23. Digged up the 4 high in the air and through the bench right there. And I think they thought it was going to be whistled down right there. But they kept on playing right there. And Pierce Township going to get that first point. Scoreboard's messed up right there. Mix it right there. And on the spike right there, so USC going to get that second point, or get that second point in the set, and their first point in the set. So 1-1 right here. 26 right there, hard hit. Right to the 11, onto the cross right there, and couldn't get this digged up by the 26. 2-1, Pierce Township. Pierce Township right there. Digged out on for the 17. 34, high in the air. 34 on the cross right there. Denied by Alex Klein. He can jump, he can set, he can spike. Maybe, I don't know. 3-1. Pierce Township has great denial by Alex Klein right there. His bench cheering him on. Let's see what his brother can do. Simple serve right there. It's 34 on the 4. Can he deny him yet again? And just hits it right in the inside onto bottom right corner right there. Excellent ball placement right there. So down by 1. Bounces in, the setup and the serve, the 17 with the floater, Rachel Klein right there onto Doomer, and Doomer with the spike, and Doomer with the point. Township up by 2. Einen can't get it again. Number 1 gets some spins right there, up top right there, and digged up right there to Einen. Klein right there. Doomer yet again. Dig it up. But they say hit the ground. Another big spike right there by Doomer. And yet another point by Doomer. Pierce Township up by 2. 5-3. Good start for them. They're upset 2-0. If they win the set, they go home. If not, we'll continue to play on to a fourth set. For 1 right there to the 30. Onto the cross right there. And too far in the outreach hand. 23, Andrew Klein right there. So good response by Upper St. Clair. Number 4 right there. Number 11. 34, Lingus right there, but can't get high enough right there. And we'll get for it to the 30, number 10 blocking. So UC's going to tie it all up. 5 apiece. The first 10 points are an even one. 4 right here. The serve right there. 2 hard hits. And here's how to bring the point in the unforced error. Number 1 right there, the 26, and dig dart there by Klein. And oh, it would have been an excellent play right there. But Klein and Einen couldn't reach for it. And good play right there, just over the blocker. So USC responding both neck and neck right here in this third set. It's do or die for USC. Klein right there, push it on up. On the tip of the USC defenders right there, but handled cleanly as Klein pushes on up, sets it up for Lingus, but gets denied right there. Klein tries to keep it on the play, but can't take it on up cleanly right there. So USC going to get the lead right there, 7-6. Upper St. Clair right there, and put on up for Doomer right there to Klein, and Klein with the spike, and Klein with the point, and they respond with 7-7. Right there for Einen, up top to the back row, number 1. Stop the cross right there for 9, and oh, it's the delayed hit right there, and messed up the rhythm of the blockers of Pierce Township. Trading points it again, but it's in favor of USC. And some rotations right there. .34 right there. And on the back foot is the 19 Doomer. Klein sets it on up to his brother right there. And high in the air. Number 2 right there, tries to get one over. Stepped up by Doomer, but gets too hard hit, and he gets right there. So avoids the situation right there, but on the side is a joust, but they just couldn't get it high enough right there in double hit of Pierce Township, as USC gets the key insurance point right there. Floater, the 34 right there, not high enough though. Pierce Township down within 1. Lingus on the back. The sophomore. Right there in the top, digged up right there, out in front, and the 26 up top, and Einen right there tried to make the save, but just too far to the ground and couldn't get enough momentum. Exert a force on the wall. And USC still trading points right there, up by 2. They have the serve. 26 with the serve, 10-8 USC. Klein sets it on up for his brother. Klein right there, and 2 low for USC to dig it on up. Too fast to handle, probably more likely. And they're still down within 1, so let's see what 23, Andrew Klein, he got the point, now he's got the serve. Can he tie it back up? Right there, high in the air, the 34. The number 9, 4 to 11, number 8 right there, and put up and can't get the block because it goes to the far side, and we're all tied up at 10 apiece. 23 right there, and just too hard right there is Klein. Played great all day right there, so rare mistake by him, but USC is going to get back the lead. 11-10. Right there. It's gonna put it, dig it on up. Klein right there on the cross, and denied right there by the 10-2, but they say went out of bounds. So they got the block up, but just couldn't get the placement right there when the dangers of getting the blocks on the very side. So 11-11 right there. Iron right there, gets it on over. 34, sets it up, Jousting coming. Right there, slowed down for Myers. Myers to Klein. Klein right there for Doomer. Just hopped on over right there. And KX situation saved by USC as they get it on over and slow it on down by Pierce Township. As Klein's going to push it on over right there. Oh, but pushed it too far behind him. He had room, but just ran out of it. And they're still down by 1. So barking orders right there is Klein. Captain of the team, number 1, going back. Floater right there. On top, 23 Klein. His brother right there, Joust in front, but gets out of it. 20 right there on the cross right there. Klein sets it up. Andrew, Klein right there. And I think they're to call double touch right there, and they will. So 12-13, or 13-11, Pierce Township. Good insurance point right there for USC. Pierce Township needs something to go their way to climb back on this. Not too much of a panic scenario just yet, but USC trying to build on the lead. Right there for Klein. Klein's going to push it on over. Number 1 right there. The 4 on the cross. Can they get the block? It's on the tip right there. And Andrew Klein with the dive right there, but not set cleanly up. And USC with some momentum right there. And Jordan Ray seen enough of this and is going to call a timeout right there. So first time of the third set, Pierce Township sets 2-0 right there. USC backs against the wall and they are fighting. 14 for USC, Pierce Township 11, just having trouble right there in the sets up and just making some careless errors right there. So coming out of this time, I don't really think they can build some momentum and just try it back up or get within 1. See where things take them from there. 30 seconds left in the timeout. I'm just going PTCT 7. See you after this break. Water's barking. Well, out in this AHN arena here. On the run right there, Myers to Klein and gets saved. So the 1, the 10 right there, and hard hit right there, but not good placement right there. It's pretty time to leave on the timeout with a forced error. Marcus Biziak entering the game before Zach Myers is sitting down. So we got Lucas Dinan also sitting down right there. So up there. Digged right up right there, but the 1 went to support and went to him, but it went there. So Pierce Township coming off the timeout. Pretty good. So good job, Jordan Ray right there. Heads up, seeing his players needed a reset. It's 19 Doomer, 16 Einen, 23 Klein, as well as 11 Klein. We got number 2 Einen right there, and the 24 Weslow, and that's going to get all tied up right there in ACE. Ace for Pierce Township. 14-14 apiece as we near the halfway point in this third set. Klein, breathing exercises. Here we go, the setup and the serve. 17 right there to the 1, and the joust in front, denied by the 24 Weslow. He's only a sophomore, folks. He's an outside hitter, and you just got Pierce Township the lead. Breathing exercises here. Klein right there. Digged up. High the end of the 1 to 30 right there. On the tips of the number 11 Klein to Doomer. Push on up. Filled in by the donut. 30 right there. And Klein just lets it go out. 16-14. Pierce Township on a run. And timeout USC right there. Their chance to stop the momentum. With back and forth action. It's going to be a timeout battle. Pierce Township up by 2. Just sorry, not 8, 9 points away from taking this third set, and therefore the victory. USC still in search of their first set. They were pretty close last set, but just couldn't get enough. Couldn't get enough on this third set. It's all going to matter how they come out of that timeout. Both sides with 1 timeout left. Both teams chant themselves out. USC just needs to stop making the stupid mistakes. Think about your actions. Go through your emotions. Pierce Township on their hand. Keep doing what you're doing. Same thing with them. Eliminate the errors. I'm taking violations right there by either team right there. So it's good on both of them. Number 11, Alex Klein. Gets his bounces in, gets his breathing exercises in, gets his serve in. Floater right there, gets it on over. Number 1 on the cross right there, and up top, number 2, Marcus Biziak, gets his first touches of the night. Biziak right there, the senior right there, right to the libero. On the 30, right there on the side right there, digged up by Klein. Number 11 on top right there. See, blocked right there by the 19 Doomer right there. He had a spike on over, but blocked, and number 16 Einen couldn't save it. Even if he got a hand on it, probably would have been enough. So USC going to come out of that timeout, get the first points. Momentum already in their favor. They're going to make a switch on the serving. 16-15, Pierce Township still the lead. USC coming on the back. USC has to serve. Number 6 right there. Number 11 right there on the cross, and it hit them. It did. Pierce Township responds with a point of their own. Huge point right there. And Doomer on the way back. He's going to get the serve right here. See if he can build on that lead for Pierce Township. Spinner right there. And not high enough right there. So, not something that they could have done right there, but just going to clear your head and keep on going. 17-16. Number 10 right there. The 11 right there. Spiked on up right there. Then you get on over. They do get on over right there. Klein. And right there. Spets it up right there. Biziak right there. Both sides take it on up right there. And we're all tied at 17 apiece. Just the block in front messed them up. Biziak, I wonder if it would have went out, but I think too close to call right there, so good play by Biziak to put his hand on the ball. It's number 10 right there. Not high enough right there, so Pierce out of the break as they retain the lead. And much needed is Lucas Einen returning from his rest right there, 24 Westlow. Sophomore, he got a nice point right there, but he's going to take a good rest right now. It's number 16, Ben Einen. Going to get his chance to get the serve right there. Is the 26, sorry, the 30 on the side right there. And Einen right there to dig it on up right there. It's the 23, oh, to can't get high enough right there. So both sides just trading points. We're all tied up at 18. You see taking their substitutions. They got a big bench and they're using that big bench. Township upset student. I think I'm Joseph on PTCT7. Here we go. .34 right there. Digged on up right there. Einen, let's see what we can do. On the cross right there, but too short of the 17. 19 to 18, Pierce Township. Myers checking in. Biziak had a great effort in his points he came in. But he's going to go take the bench right there. So we got Klein and other Klein. We got Einen, we got other Einen. Finally, we got Ben Doomer and Zach Myers. So Zach Myers, the serve specialist, going to come in. He's the old reliable number 4. We'll take his hop and we'll take his serve. And a bit of chaotic situation right there, but saved. This 26 is going to get it on over. And 11, Klein right there, 23 right there, and off the last of the blockers, and it'll land inside. 20-18, Pierce Township, good insurance point to break the point trading. And Myers yet again going back. 5 points away from match point, or 4 points away, or 4 points away from getting to match point. 5 points away from getting match point. 34. For 2 on the cross right there, high up in the air, played by Klein. To Einer right there, reaches on down, and they'll say that was all clean right there, 21-18. USC wanted to carry right there, but not too much protesting there, 21-18. Myers on the back row, gets his hop, gets his serve. Right there, dig it on up, the 34. Gonna put it on up, and spiked right there, and splits the 3 defenders, so the 16, 4, and 19. So USC gonna get a response right there, stop the bleeding, a bit too much. With 4 points away is Pierce Township, and 6 points away. Pierce Township obviously in the safer situation right there. But maybe the pressure for USC can make them some diamonds. Klein right there, 2 hard hits, and say it's gonna be outside. So USC gonna get a point right there. They're only down within 1. Klein right there. Digged up. 19 sets it up. Klein right there for Einen. Got the spike. Digged up. All the way to the PT wall in the very back. 22-20. And get some substitution right there. Klein sitting down. Panzerella in. He's going to get the serve right there. There's 3 points away Pierce Township. They're up by 2. Good insurance point for them. So here we go. Panzerella onto the back row. 34 up top. Justin Cumming. Get the block up top and say 4 or 2 hits. 4 hits right there. Pierce Township gets the point off the violation. 2 points away. Pierce Township just going to try to close this one out. Upsets 2-0 right there. Digged up right there. 34 up in front. Going to the 2. Gets the dig right there onto the legs of the 69 in. So now they're only 2 points away. Maybe that's good for Pierce Township as they can let USC make an error. Panzerella back on the bench as Klein. Welcome back. 17 right there, gets his bounces in. 2 points away from Pierce to win, 4 points away from getting the first set. Klein up in the air, set up Klein. Doomer right there up front, hit them, and it's gonna point right there for Pierce Township off the block and tip. 1 point away, here we go. Match point number 1, Sweet Einen. It's been the star tonight. Probably the hardest hitter tonight. Let's see, spinner right here. Here we go, up top, back row, they need a plate, they do. He's down over number 2. Here we go. Einen up top to Klein, sets it on up. Doomer for the win, and he gets it. Pierce Township with a home win. Coming off that Bethel Park 3-0 win. Not to USC. 3-0 win. A clean sweep right there. 25-21, 25-23, and 25-18 sets win. Wow. So just played dominant throughout the night. Star players Einen right there. Got to thank the clients right there. Doomer, of course. And obviously, got to get the subs in right there for great players like Bledsoe. We got Roy Panzerella, Myers right there. Can't forget Marcus Biziak, and we got Tyler Lingus right there. All played great tonight. I'm just going PTCG7 as they get the handshakes. Signing off right there. This Pierce Township win.